reach the final now?
I think we've had difficult moments for sure in the season, but we've showed a lot of character and grit to bounce back from difficult moments. For sure, we have quality players all over the pitch, but we've came into a good bit of form at the right time of the season, and over the course of the season we've been fairly consistent. So yeah, of course we're looking forward now to the last step, and we want to go and win the trophy now after getting this far. So we're fully focused on the final.
Hugo?
Yeah, I think defensively we have been very good. Our goalkeeper defense, like all the team defense, has been very good all along the season. We kept, I think, 12 clean sheet, which is historic, I think, in Indian Super League. And of course, we have been managing to get points all along the season. Against, as Carl said, we have been consistent enough to reach the playoff and to qualify for the final. Unfortunately, we haven't topped the table. Mumbai has done it, and Hyderabad was second. We are third, so which means that we are one of the best team here in the league.
And Glenn, you wanna take that as well?
Since I've joined here in the mid-season, it's been really a great season for me now ever since I've come here, and I think everyone knows that ATK Mohun Bagan is a great team with great players. So I think that's it.
Sir, please.
This is a question to Carl. Carl, hi, I'm Dhiman. I work for the Hindustan Times. Carl, you played a very crucial second leg of the semi-final, being one yellow card away from missing the final. How does that play on your mind? And when you're in the game, you can be not thinking about it. Did you think about it all the time? How did that work? You could have missed the final. You could not have been here. One yellow card was all that it took. So how did it play on your mind?
I think, to be honest, it's always, of course, it's in the back of your mind. You might need to alter certain parts of the game, but I think when you're in the game and you're in the heat of the battle, you quickly forget about it. You're competing, especially in the part of the pitch that I play. You have to be competitive. You have to be physical. So thankfully we got through, and I didn't pick up a yellow, which is the best case scenario. But to be honest, the main focus when I was in the game was trying to do everything to make sure that we got to the final. That's the main thing. But thankfully I didn't pick up any yellow. So
Should you remove the bottle out of the frame? It's we're all about the aesthetic over here. Just need to clear it out. Yes, please, sir. All right, Marcus, go first.
Yeah. Carl, hi, Marcus from the Times of India. There was a difficult phase actually for ATK Mohun Bagan, especially there were 3 games which you lost 2 games against ATK Mohun Bagan. You lost against Hyderabad, you lost against PFC, and I think in between there was a draw against Jamshedpur. So, and there were a lot of doubts whether you could eventually make it to the playoffs. What was going through the players' mind? Can you take us through that?
yeah, for sure, that was a difficult spell. We had a lot of injuries at the time. 2 tough away games, disappointing performance against Bengaluru at home. But I think it was a real test for the whole squad. And like we knew we had big games. I think the next game was Kerala at home, and then the Derby games. We knew we had big games coming. And I think in football you're always going to face difficult moments during the season. I think what we showed was a real character and an ability to perform in the pressure games, and we got a few massive results at home, and we've for sure taken confidence from that. But definitely it was a difficult part of the season.
Sir, please, Ryan.
Yeah. My question for Hugo. Hi Hugo, this is Shubhajit from ABP. How relieved you are because Ashik is back? How relieved you are because Ashik Kurnian is back?
Of relief.
Yeah.
How relieved are you that Ashik is back? How much relief does it bring?
Yeah, Ashik is a very, very important player.
If you could just speak with the mic closer, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I said, yeah, Ashik is a very important player. He has a lot of quality, and we are playing at his former team tomorrow. So hopefully he's gonna be fully fit for the game tomorrow, as we know that he has missed the last couple of games. But yeah, Ashik is a top player. He has a lot of quality and he can brings a lot on his wings.
So please, yeah. Gentleman behind you there, yeah.
My question is for Carl and Hugo. So you both are considered as the midfield stalwarts in ATK Mohun Bagan, where Carl is expected more of a, to provide the defensive stability, and Hugo is expected to have more of an attacking output. My question is, do you both have talks amongst yourself in maintaining that constant communication that is so important in the middle of the park, because midfield is such an important position where you have to create play for the attacking line? So do you both have talks amongst yourself, and ahead of the final, how important do you think is having that constant communication against such a good team like Bengaluru?
I think it will be the same against either Bengaluru or whatever game we have played together. No, we have been playing together for the last 2 seasons, so we know better each other. We know the quality of each other better after this time, and tomorrow we'll have to step up again a little bit more, because we know how is the final with the tension and everything, and we'll both have to help each other for 90 minutes, maybe 120 minutes, to give the best and to try to control the midfield as well, defensively and offensively.
Carl?
Yeah, agree with Hugo. Of course, midfield is a very important part of the game, and communication between the 3 midfielders and the wingers, and your communication with your striker and your defence is very important to make sure the team stays compact defensively and offensively. So yeah, as Hugo said, big game tomorrow. We're gonna have to step up for sure. It's gonna be a really tough game against a good side, but we have to put on a strong performance to win the game for sure.
So please carry on, yeah.
This question is for Glenn. You played half season with FC Goa and the second half with Mohun Bagan. Your true self came up when you are now with Mohun Bagan. What was the spark that made you change your performance?
I think confidence. I think I was lacking a bit of confidence when I was here in FC Goa, but then after joining ATK Mohun Bagan, I got the confidence back in me, and I think that's what helped me.
If I may, Glenn, we saw scenes of celebration between you and Juan right after you won your second leg of the semi-final, and you seemed to be very, very emotional. What did that have to do with the fact that you were reunited with him? Can you talk to us a little more about that? How much did it mean to you being a part of the final? Did you see that clip, by the way? We put it out on there. All right.
The last time I played in the semi-finals, I think against Mumbai when I was in Goa, I think we lost the semi-final in the tiebreaker, and now winning the semi-finals in the tiebreaker was really it was very emotional for me, because last time I scored the penalty out, but then this time it was really emotional for me.
All right. Yes, please. Yeah, there at the back, yeah.
But my question to Bumo, that I'm Munal from Ashkal newspaper. Bumo, one thing is that even to Carl also, that you scored in the last 3 matches before the semi-final, and it was a convincing win every time. But when you played against Hyderabad, you could not score. Actually, that time you have to go to the tiebreaker. You won by a penalty, so it was by chance a luck factor was there. So how do you look into the final actually? Because you don't think that there would be a goal is necessary, because not to put your defense under pressure, and are you having any kind of such a plan, because of both the team has a good attackers actually?
I think the main thing is we created a lot of chances in both legs. We had clear chances in both games. Prudent had chances, I had chances, Slavko even from just set plays alone. I think obviously that's the main thing. We would be a lot more worried if we weren't creating the chances. It also shows the strength of us defensively, that we were able to keep 2 clean sheets over 2 games going into extra time, and that's a huge strength to our bowl moving forward into the final. But we have a lot of quality across the pitch, a lot of goals, and goal scoring ability right across the pitch. So we're not concerned. We'd be a lot more concerned, I think, if we weren't creating the chances.
Marcus, please.
Yeah, Glenn, hi. You seem to be playing your best football under Juan Ferrando. It all started when you left ATK and came to FC Goa. Then you had a small indifferent season. Even at the start of the season, you were not your normal self. But now you seem to be rediscovering yourself. How much confidence does the coach give to you? Can you explain your relation with the coach, and how does it work for you? How does he make you click?
Yeah, I think the coach gives me really a lot of confidence, and that's what have helped me. I think when you have the confidence and when everyone believes in you, I think the true color comes out from you, and you can just perform the best. I think one coach has helped me a lot in my career also, so I'll always be very thankful to him. No, I was with him before, so I know the way he wants a player to play. So I think it was easier for me to get adjusted to his system.
Yeah, this is a follow-up question to Glenn. Glenn, hi, I'm Dhiman. I work for the Hindustan Times. How much changed when you came in January? Because you had to play with Carl, different kind of approach to games. So what was the kind of conversation that you had because you and Carl do the same kind of role, what was the kind of conversations that you had to understand how you would, complement each other?
Yeah, my first season I was with ATK Mohun Bagan and I played with Carl, and I know how he is as a player, and even that time how helpful he was to me. He guided me a lot even at that time. So it was easier for me to play among him because I knew how he plays and he always guided me.
Carl, your first impressions of Glenn and playing with him?
No, I think Glenn's been absolutely brilliant since he joined. Obviously, he was here a few years ago, and he was a really good player for us then as well. But I think he's just the energy he brings to the team. It's infectious. You see him chasing people, running past people to chase the ball, and I think it gives the whole team energy. I think he's been absolutely brilliant. It's a pleasure to play with him.
Yes, sir, please.
Okay. Hello, can I ask a question? Okay, so my question is for all three of you. What is the feeling in the camp heading into the final? Any nerves, any sort of other feelings you're going through right now?
No, I don't think so. I think we're fully aware. We're here to win the final. We've not achieved what we want yet. Of course, it was a great night to get through in the penalty shootout, but we want to win the final. We're fully aware of the aims of the club and the ambitions of the club, and there's a focus within the group for sure. We want to carry on the momentum we've had from the previous games, but we're fully focused on winning the game.
So please carry on.
Glenn, you know that the previous year, there's so many Goan footballer played in Calcutta. That's like Alberto Di Cunha, Climax Lawrence, and they are very successful. So what's your target to continue the journey with the Calcuttas and Mohun Bagan also?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
You know that so many Goan footballer played in Calcutta, and he is very successful. That Alberto Di Cunha, Climax Lawrence, they are all Goan footballers. So what's your target to continue the journey with Calcutta? And
yes, everyone knows how's Calcutta, all the fans there are crazy for football. I would really love to continue my stay there and be a successful player there.
Please,
Hi Carl, hi Hugo, hi Glenn. My question is for Hugo. Two short questions. First, I wanted to ask you is that this time, you have been chipping in with goals and assists, but for a long time in ISL, that role was solely on you. Maybe the team depended around you for the goals and assists, but this time we have a Petratos in your team who's done a lot this season, contended for Golden Ball as well. So when you have better players who can chip in as well, does that take some pressure off of you, and so you can play freely in your own role? That's my first question.
Can you repeat, please?
Basically, in the past, the onus of scoring goals and assisting has been on you for many teams, many years. But this time you had Petratos in your team who's scored a lot of goals and assists. But having better players around you, does that make your job easier?
Yeah, Dimi can score. He is a good finishing player. He can create, which is good. He can assist, which we are maybe lacking a bit of that kind of player last season, who can like create and score, which is good because it provides more solution to the team.
So basically, you've been in India for a few years now, 5-6 years now, and we've seen a lot of foreigners who come, stay a season or two, and then leave. What is that one thing which makes you stay in India continuously for these 5-6 years?
Yeah, since I came here, usually the foreigner they don't come at my age. I came here, I was 22 years and half. Now I'm 27, so it's been like 5.5 years. So since I'm here, I've been playing with Goa, Mumbai, and as you know, ATK Mohun Bagan. I'm happy. I'm looking forward to get a lot of trophy here in India. I got already 4. I'm looking forward to get the 5th tomorrow, and to keep going, keep performing here, and grow as a player and as a person in India. I'm happy to be here, and so why not continue here?
One last question, please, before we move on to the next batch of players.
Hi, this is Shomojit from Race Sports. My question is Carl and Hugo too. The coach just said that if the game, he wants the game into 90 minutes and not in added time. Do you think that if the game goes to added time, it will put extra pressure to you, to the team? And the second question is, Johnny Kauke is coming to support the team. What's your say on that?
I think, of course, we want to finish the game in 90 minutes. For sure, that's the aim going into the game. We wanted to finish the game against Hyderabad in 90 minutes, but it didn't happen. But we'll be fully focused on trying to win the game as early as we can tomorrow. In terms of Johnny coming over, it's great. He was a big part of the team in the first part of the season, so it'll be great to see him and offer his support for the squad.
Right, thank you, gentlemen, and thank you for your time once again, guys. You've got the luck of the Irish with the green going on, so hopefully you find some luck in the final as well. Thank you, gentlemen. If you can just have a photo op with the trophy, and then we'll move on to the next batch of players, please. Yeah, there. It's been placed on the stage.
Done. Back. Everyone sit down, please. Sit down, please. Look here. Sunil here. Pritam here, Pritam. Sunil here, up, Sunil.
Right, please Sunil and Gaffer, you can take a seat. We'll begin the next leg of the press conference. There, please Sunil. You there? And Gaffer there, yeah. Yeah, all good. All good, yeah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. We're beginning with Simon Grayson and Captain Sunil Chetri. Simon, I'll begin with you. It's 5 years to the day that Chennai FC won the Hero ISL. John Gregory was the head coach, and he said after that, if in about 20 years I'm the only Englishman to have ever won the Hero ISL, then I'll be a happy man. But you seem to be, on your way to spoil that for him. How could you do that to him?
Well, I know John really well. I played under him at Leicester and Aston Villa as a coach, and he was a manager at one time. So it will be nice to be able to achieve that. Another English coach to be able to win the ISL trophy. Obviously, it's not going to be easy, but we've given ourselves a fantastic opportunity. And if you're talking sort of going back in a period of time, I was out here 3 years ago with Martin Bain, the CEO. Who was my CEO at Sunderland, and he just said, come out for a holiday. So we had a bit of time in Mumbai and then flew to the game. Back then, 3 years ago, I never thought I'd be coming back as a head coach for this trophy and having, I think it was Javi, Prabir and Roy, who were playing on that particular night in my team.
And Sunil, how do you reflect back on the winning run, especially from 2023? You've been on it and now you're in the final.
I think it's outstanding.
Generally we try not to speak about all the laurels that we have done before a final, but then what we have achieved as a team is outstanding. I think I've played 22 years and this kind of turnaround, I haven't been a part of it. From where we were, if I'm right, we needed 6 wins and 2 draws with our mathematics in the last 8 games. We won 6, but we were still not qualified, so we had to win the 7th one on a trot. And from there, to beat teams like Kerala and Mumbai and to reach final is been outstanding. And I think we are very proud of it, but it goes out of the window and tomorrow it's just a new game.
Alright, we'll open the floor. We've been joined by Gurpreet Singh Sandhu as well, usually on time. But yes, please, we can... Sure. Yeah, we can have the AV, sorry.
I want to come here and be successful, and I don't want to go home and people say, well, I just came out here for a holiday.
Alright, that's the mood setter, and over to you now, please ma'am. First you.
Good morning, gentlemen. My question is for Sunil. I am Shushmita from Uttar Banga Sangbad newspaper. Sunil, Mohun Bagan and Bengaluru FC have a long time rivalry. In fact, it is like a El Clasico of India. So, and you were the part of 2015 team. So, what on that context? What is going on in your mind? This time?
I think for tomorrow we aren't thinking about the rivalry with just a team that has reached the finals, but you're right in terms of rivalry. It wouldn't be incorrect for me to say that in the last 10 years of our history, the toughest opponent holistically has been Mohun Bagan and ATK Mohun Bagan, right from when we played them in I-League, in Fed Cups, in ISL. They have been probably our most cherished, if I may say so, opponents, and some of the games that we have played are probably one of the best for neutrals to watch, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same thing tomorrow also. But whatever has happened, whatever the rivalry is, it's all in the past, and tomorrow it's just a new game. So that doesn't hold much context in tomorrow's game. But yes, in the last 10 years in our history at BFC, they are probably, they come out right at the top.
Yes, sir, please. You can just tap the mic.
That he was standing just between trophy and ATK Mohan, fully standing.
Yeah, I wish I was that important. Each and every one who is a BFC Duralda is standing between ATK and the trophy, and the mood is not in that context. We just want to win a trophy. It's not about we're standing against ATK or there's a rivalry or we just want to win. We just want to win the finals. And it has been kept very simple by Agafa, because after every game, he tried not to put any pressure on the players, because as I said, we needed 7 wins out of 8 to just qualify. The mantra and the directive from the coaching staff was very simple: take one game at a time, and that's what we're going to do tomorrow also. So we're trying to keep all the noise about it being a rivalry or them being ATK or whatever. We're just trying to keep it away. We're going to go there and be a good unit, as what we have been in the last 10 matches, 11 matches, and try to be victorious. That's as simple as that.
Yeah, please carry on.
Yeah, hi. My question is for Sunil, Manish from Sportster. Yeah. So the season started on a positive note for Bengaluru after the Durand Cup win, and after lots of ups and downs. Here you are facing ATK Mohan Bagan for the ISL final, the ISL title. So I just wanted to know about your just personal thoughts, and also a bit about the wonderful youth project that's going on in Bengaluru FC, where 3 youngsters like you have Roshan, Suresh and Shiva Shakti, who have been selected for the Indian squad. And I remember that you spoke very highly about Shiva Shakti after the Durand Cup final. So just your thoughts on that.
So I'll answer the second question first. Suresh is not a product of our project, but he's somebody who came really young to us, but he came to the main team directly. But yes, we are very proud of Roshan and Shiva Shakti. They are from our projects, from the child, from the youth development. And Shiva Shakti, I mean, now I'll mix what I'm going to say about Shiva Shakti in the first answer. After Durand Cup, we were really flying high, we were really doing well, but a lot of the senior ones probably couldn't do what we were supposed to do. And it wasn't because of lack of wanting to do it or lack of hard work, but we just not clicking personally, a lot of us. And the good part is we all had our bad phase at that moment. That's why we were losing. And he was going mad. But because all of us weren't doing great, what it meant was once we started doing well, we all came to the party. And that is where Shiva Shakti, Suresh, Roshan comes handy, because they are the ones, and Rohit, they are the ones who are youngsters. They are the ones who push the envelope on us. They are the ones who are at training doing really well. And then came a Gurpreet, and then came a Sandesh, and then came an Alex, and Alan, a Harvey, a Roy, and we all. But if they weren't there trying to make sure that the tempo of the training isn't high, we probably wouldn't have. So I think this is one of the cases where we all couldn't do well collectively in the starting games, and not well in the sense completely bad, but thoda yahan, thoda wahan, a little bit here, a little bit there. And thankfully in the last 11 games, we all did. Some of the other one just showed up, and that's the reason why we are here.
Gurpreet, if I can just come to you very quickly. That penalty save in the semi-final was crucial in the end. It proved to be pivotal in you qualifying for the final. Personally, do you feel like you've hit top form again? How do you assess this season as a whole for you so far?
Firstly, I saw your reaction. That was good. Good to see that reaction.
Only one reaction possible.
I know. But for me, I never thought that I was out of form, like personally speaking. I was doing the same things, trying to help the team out in whichever way possible. Like Chetubai said, things weren't working out for us collectively since the beginning, and it was in back of our minds a matter of time when it will. And it did. Thankfully, all the players that are here in the club were performing day in, day out in training session, and whenever they were called up for matches, they were providing us with consistent and great performances. And I just wanted to be a part of that and be a pivotal member anyhow to reach this far?
Yes, please.
ESPN. My question is to all three of you. We know how remarkable the renaissance has been over the season. Could you tell me what you guys personally think is this team's greatest strength that got you guys from where you were to where you are right now?
Look, I think from my perspective, the one word that I've thought about over the last few weeks, and probably more notably the last few games, is belief. Is belief in myself that I was doing the right things, belief that the players would understand that I was doing the right thing and they would eventually get the results that they deserved, and then the belief that they then could carry the instructions and get the results in them with themselves. So I think belief was a massive part for us, and I think if you ask the playing staff, I'm no different now than I was when we lost 3-4 on the trot. I'm still very positive with the players, still positive, but not getting too carried away, too down. And that's been a big thing that I've tried to put across to the players. And we have to still be humble and hard working today in training, tomorrow in the game to achieve what we need to do. And confidence plays a big part in that, of course it does. And I could reel off many other reasons why I think we've done ever so well, because maybe we had injuries, we made mistakes, we didn't have 6 foreigners available until the last month of the season. We've had plenty of things, but belief is the biggest word that I can use to sum up where we all have been as a group together.
Sunil, you want to take that next?
Yeah, I think apart from that, I think when we were in and around after the East Bengal game and about to go for the Northeast game, that was the time when we were really low. And us hurting and not wanting to give up was probably one of the reasons. And it did not happen collectively. There was one training when our man over here lost his cool. Them both were fighting in training. One day I saw Sandesh Jingan losing his head completely. One day Roy was hammering everyone. One day I went at Moirang and it wasn't pleasant. So I think the fact that it was hurting us where we were, the fact that we didn't want to be there and everyone at training didn't give up, because it was very easy. It was an easier route after East Bengal game where we needed to win 6 and draw 2 out of 8 to just give up. But there were repetition on the line, there were national team calls on the line, there were so many things on the line, and none of us gave up, and that is the reason why, probably one of the reasons why we have reached here.
Gurpreet?
Of course, you guys have already covered all the bases. I think for me, मेरा answer बोल दिया पहले. But I think I was thinking about it. I think simplicity. The way we kept things simple, even after coming back from losses on the trot, to realize that it's not important to overcomplicate our thing going into new games, especially the Northeast game or whatever after that. Realizing as a team that we need to keep things simple, because if football is played simple, it's effective and you can get better chances to get a result. So I think simplicity is the word for me.
So please.
Hi, I'm Dhiman. I work for the Hindustan Times. I have a question to Simon and to Sunil. Simon, how difficult was it a call to keep Sunil off the starting lineup? And it coincided with the time when the team started doing well. He started making an impact coming on as a sub. Now, he is what he is to football in India. We all know that. You knew that when you came here. How difficult was that a call? And to Sunil, how difficult was it to accept that I am not going to start anymore? It's not something that you have to do on a regular basis in a long and glorious career. How difficult was that to come to terms with that this is for the team and, I have to take this in my stride and make an impact when I have to?
Look, I've been asked this question numerous times over the last few weeks because of the personality and the icon of Indian football that he is. And I will be honest to say that it's the hardest decision I've ever had to make in my whole career, because leaving somebody of his quality out, his experience out, and his professionalism out is a really tough decision. But as a coach, regardless if it's Sunil Chedri or Rohit Kumar, Suresh, whoever, I have to make what I think is the right decision as a head coach And not every decision is going to work. Not every decision is going to be accepted by people. And I wouldn't want them to do. I wouldn't want him to be happy that he'd been left out. I wouldn't be happy if Gerprit was happy to be left out. But what I will say is whenever any players have been left out, they've responded in the right manner. They've been positive in the dressing room. They've been training really, really well and part of the group. So I can say nothing more about, without the respect that I have for Sunil because of what he's been through as a player and how he's reacted to this tough moments, because he'll answer the question. It won't be easy for him over the last few weeks, months, because every player wants to play football, want to be part. But when you have the professional attitude that he has, then you get your just rewards, and he showed that over the last few weeks when he started or come off the bench. And we are a team game, and ultimately you have success as a team, not just as individuals, no matter who you are.
I think that's quite summed up. I'm not happy ever to be on the bench, whether it's the ISL finals or a badminton game or a TT game or a carom board. I want to play every game. He knows it. And the good thing is the chat that we had was very simple and very straight. And whenever the feeling, the sad feeling comes in my heart, I tend to be calmer because I know his intention and head at the right place. He wants to win badly. And after a time you realize it is nothing personal. One thing about him is very clear that he's been fair to everyone in the team, and you could see it because I'm 38 and I can see more things. I've seen the way he deals with all the players, all the youngsters. And the second part is he really wants to win, which is very common between me and him. So then that's the point where the doubts go out. You have to do this and keep training hard because you also want to be a part. Initially it becomes a little bit difficult because you want to be there, but then you realize, okay, anytime you can be called. And if you see our bench strength in the last 8, 9, 7, 8 games, everyone who has come has really put his best foot forward. And I want to take the credit because when I'm on the bench, I make sure that I'm positive, and whenever there's a chance, I want to go in. And it translates to everyone. I know it. I know the kind of power that I have on the bench. So that's why it's very important. Now, everyone who comes from the bench, they know that if this guy can come, sit, relax, train hard, and wait for his chance, we all have to do it. So I think that's one of the elements in my career that I've realized now. Not happily, I wouldn't have wanted this way, but it is what it is. And as simple as that. No one wants to lose in this team, whichever way. And yeah, I'll keep knocking onto his doors. It's his decision, but I want to play. He knows it. But at the end of the day, we want to win.
Look, I'll go back to pre-season when we're in the Durant Cup. When he mentions he wants to win and I want to win, forget football. He wanted to win when we're playing cards. He wants to win when he's playing Ludo against Suresh and Utanda. He would beat his mum and dad, his wife, at anything. And I'm exactly the same when I'm with my family. You do not be in football for the length of time that he has and I have, be successful if you are not winners deep down. We can be very nice people without a shadow of a doubt, but I would do anything, as long as it doesn't cross a line, to win a football match.
Yes, sir, please carry on. Yeah. If you can just be a little louder so everyone can hear the question.
Vishal Kai said that you are his idol, you are his hero. So before the final, what do you want to say to your opponent goalkeeper?
Hopefully he has a bad game.
Well, that's out of the window. But very grateful. Big thanks to him. He's done great this season. It's not easy to keep 12 clean sheets in the ISL due to the number of games. But again, really proud of him because he's come a big distance after all the doubts that were there regarding him when he joined ATK Mohan Bagan. But again, kudos to him and big congratulations until now. And hopefully tomorrow is a different scene.
Sir, please carry on.
Sunil, I'm Munal from ISL newspaper. Sunil, one thing is that actually as you have played twice to ATK Mohan Bagan, you once you lost, once you won. And now you'll face them thrice in the final. So what changes you are seeing in the team of them and you also? Because that the way that time they were playing, they were in a problem, you were in a problem. But now, how do you look into the final after going all these three matches actually?
Well, that's a technical question which he will answer what changes he has seen in Mohun Bagan. But the message that I can leak to you from him is to keep our nerves and to treat as much as possible it as a game. That is the reason why we have reached here. We did not take pressure when you're playing Northeast that how we'll qualify. We took one game at a time, and that's been the directive very strongly and very clearly from his side and the coaching side. That's what we'll try to do. It's a final, lot of nerves. Look at how many people have come. You were not there when we were playing Northeast at Northeast, so you know how it is. So we'll try to keep our nerves. We'll try to keep our heads, be calm. The technical part of what and how he sees Mohun Bagan, he will answer.
Well, in terms of the difference, we're both different teams. From when they beat us at Cantiva 1-0, and then we went to Calcutta to win 2-1. Two different teams. They recruited well in the January window, got some good players in after suffering a few injuries. Our belief, our confidence, as I mentioned earlier, has come back. The availability of a lot more players, competition for places. Look, I'm not going to go into too many details. What I think is the difference, as in the pitch, because hopefully you'll see that tomorrow night.
So please carry on. Just a little louder, please, if you can.
Hi, I'm Shubhajit from Anandavaya. Question for Coach. Coach, how do you rate your opponent first? The second thing, because it's a final, so can we see within your first 11?
Did he just ask what my team is? Right.
That's you the lineup.
Right, okay. I'll answer the second part first. You can find out when the team sheets go in what the team will be. In terms of ATK, as I just said there, had a fantastic run of results to get to the final, which you have to do, like ourselves, to get to the final, to beat Hyderabad, for us to beat Mumbai in the semi-finals. You have to be a very good team. Very defensively, look very solid. Got some good defenders. Got good competition for places when you can leave Brendan Hamill out of the team, who's been a mainstay for them. But also they've got some talented individuals, which we know can hurt a lot of teams. Boomer and Pradakos and many other players. But again, we will respect the opposition. And I'm sure they'll know that we've got some decent players in our team that can hurt their defensive lineup and their team. So hopefully, when we talk about the game tomorrow afterwards, it's been a great advert for the ISL and Indian football, and that it's a positive game, and that hopefully we come out on top.
So please. So if you can keep it to one question, there's a lot of requests. Yeah.
Small question, okay. So when your coach took a very harsh decision about you, did you recollect the situation between CR7 and Fernando Santos in last World Cup? Because you know that after the situation, that decision was smashed. So how did you handle the situation? And the second one is, from the which match you started to think that yes, Bengaluru FC can do it this year also?
The answer to the second question is, I think we were quite happy and satisfied when we qualified. That was a big move, because there were some doubts as to how we were going to do it. We had the belief, but we knew it was a uphill task. So once we qualified is when we were very, very happy, and we thought, you know what, now we have almost equal amount of chance with the momentum. And I think coming back from Mumbai with a 1-0 lead was comforting, because we know what Mumbai can do. Probably, I mean, they are the champions of India and probably one of the toughest teams to play in 2 legs. To go to their home and come back 1-0 was a little bit comforting. And to the first answer to the first question, no, I wasn't thinking anything. I had my own demons to fight. I wasn't thinking about anyone else. Yes, please.
I think, again, comes back to the word confidence, that we're creating more chances, and the more chances you create, the players will, if they miss an opportunity, will feel more relaxed that they're going to get more opportunities. I think early part of the season, we were probably getting 2 or 3 chances a game, and maybe the pressure then when they did come to the strikers or whoever who was in them positions felt that they had to score them, and that adds a little bit more pressure to them, and we didn't take them chances. But I did say back at the time that if we keep making chances, you do not, strikers who we were talking about at the time, we're not going to become bad players overnight. The record of Sunil, Roy, Javi, obviously Shiva coming through, and another attacking players, you do not lose that instinct of how to score goals. And luckily we found them, and we have tweaked a few things in training, we've tweaked a few things on the match day situation to help us get to more opportunities. And that all comes from the learning curve from myself personally, that I think people don't realise that I was coming to a new continent, a new country, and I still didn't have a clue about any players when I first came. And as much as I saw teams in the Durant Cup, it wasn't until probably the turn of the year that I can reel off 70% of the Indian players now. Ask me that in July when I came out, I know one player, and he's 2. And that plays a big part. So every day was a learning curve for myself about my own players, about the opposition, the style of football, what's required. So I think all them things, just to divert away from the original question, played a part in the whole round aspect of our football team. And then we come on to the attacking side of it, that plays a part as well. Hard work on the training pitches, and keeping the belief and momentum that we've talked about so many times.
Yes, please.
Coach, Marcus from the Times of India. Coach, can you talk us through the kind of impact that Shivasakti has had, the kind of season that he has been having, and do you see anything remarkable or anything different about him, whether when he's playing the match or whether he's in training or whether off the field?
I think within the BFC group, everybody realised that we had a talent on our hand, and this is going back last year as well when he was training with the first team. And did he play many games? He was in the squad, was it a couple of times? So I think within the football club, a lot of people realised that we had a talent on our hands, and then it was about the right time for him to be part of it. Obviously I took him to the Durant Cup, and he scored goals, showed his capabilities, started the season, and then got the odd injury. But he will be first to admit that he's still got a long way to go. He's still got a lot of hard work to do. I think you've got to give a lot of credit to the likes of Sunil and Roy, who he looks up to, because he will look and study how they play, how they conduct themselves on the training pitch, away from the training pitch. And yeah, anything can happen for that boy, because he's got humbleness, he's got a willingness, he's a hard-working boy. And if you're a striker, if you've got a natural instinct for scoring goals, put all them together, you've got a fantastic opportunity. But he knows he's looking over his shoulder over the last few weeks and thinking, Sunil, Utanda, Pablo are all sat on that bench waiting to take my place if I'm not performing. So put all them things together, and if he keeps being all the things that I've said, he's got a fantastic opportunity. And hopefully, how old is he now, 20? 15, 17 years' time, he's sat here representing BSC as the new Sunil Chedri of the icon of Indian football.
Yes, please.
This is a question to Gurpreet. Gurpreet, hi, I'm Dhiman. I work for the Hindustan Times. Gurpreet, at a very young age, you played close to 80-odd games for East Bengal.
112.
112. So that, the idea of dealing with that pressure, then you went to Norway and you came back a better player, joined BFC, from where you signed a new deal. Now, across the pitch, BFC have players who are more experienced. They have more India team players in the first team, etc. Does that sort of give BFC an advantage, given the fact that this is a high-stakes, 90 minutes plus game? You guys know how to deal with pressure better. You play for the country, and you've, like I said, you've played for East Bengal at a very young age. Sunil's been there all his life, doing everything for football for 22 years. Does that give you guys an advantage going into tomorrow's game?
I don't think I've thought about it, honestly, that we have national team players and we have experienced players throughout the line in the team. I just know that we have good quality, hard-working players who are ready to put everything on the line to take this team anywhere we want to go up front. And that's what matters to me. It doesn't matter to me who is playing or if they are in the national team or what. if they are doing the job and if they are listening to my instructions, that's what matters to me. And I think I have been just very grateful to have this bunch as a team in front of me. To experience them on the training pitch, in the dressing room, has been a privilege, and I hope the environment stays like this.
Gurpreet, quick one. We see you sing Skerda a lot behind the goal. What does that mean?
Skerda means left in Portuguese.
Portuguese
or
influence.
Spanish. I don't know.
Or Spanish.
And derecha.
Okay. So that's the instructions you were talking about in your previous answer.
Yes.
All right. Please.
My question is for Sunil and Gurpreet both. You both played in Calcutta, so you know the craziness and of the supporters. So, and we heard that tomorrow large number of Mohun Bagan supporters are coming here, and so how you are going to handle that pressure? This is an added challenge for you guys.
Why didn't you hear about more BFC fans coming also?
Did you not see the Fortress last week? 20,000 thousand now.
Yeah, I think after a point, it doesn't matter that much. You know, it's fans. After a point, it's just what we do on the pitch. We have played against Kerala in Kerala. We have played against ATK Mohun Bagan at Salt Lake. We played against Bengal. After a point, I mean, if you ask Mumbai when they came to play at our Fortress, the second semi-final, we were buzzing. But if you ask the players when they were 2-1 up, they will tell you, you know, after a point, it's all right. Tomorrow, the good part is it's a neutral ground. As many as ATK Mohun Bagan fan come to cheer their team, I'm pretty sure the BFC fans are going to come over there also. But our job is so much inside on the pitch. It is not going to. I mean, when you play at Kantirva at our Fortress, yes, you feel the buzz. But even if you go to places which is very hostile, we have learned to keep the noise away and to think more about what's happening on the pitch.
Same.
Gurpreet looked very.
Stay safe.
A question for Sunil and Gurpreet both. You know, in the last 10 years since BFC came into existence, it has been the most successful club. BFC won trophies every season. The bonding season, you never made it to the final. Viewed from that perspective, how important was it for you to actually be here?
Right now, when I think about it, yes, it feels so good. You know, if you are in a country playing for national team, if you have 6-7 players in the national team, you always want to be in the semi-finals, finals, or the end of the league. That was also one of the reasons why we were hurting in December. So now that we have worked hard and reached here, it feels really good. But then because we have played so many years, we also realize that you will never in longer run remember the ones who have lost the finals. We lost the finals to Chennai at home. First 10 minutes, we thought we were going to score 5 goals without demeaning Chennai. When we scored the first one, we thought, today is our day. We're going to score 4-5. We were flying at home at Kantirva. We lost that game. So I think reaching the finals is so good, but then that's why we are talking about keeping the nerves, because so much that we have done is gone. The 11 matches winning, which was unheard of, it's gone. I'll give you a context. Mumbai won 12 in a row, 11 or 12, and they are the best ISL team ever. We won 11. But still nothing has been won yet. He keeps reminding us, which is every time we come after a game we come and we think that he's going to say something nice to us. He's like, we haven't won anything. The first thing he says, after every game, and we qualified, we beat Kerala, we beat Mumbai, he comes the first thing, you know what, we haven't won anything. But then it's true, because he played so many years, you realize until you win the finals, this probably would be forgotten in some time. So that is why we're trying to keep our nerves, trying to keep calm, think about it as a game as much as possible, try to win the game, and then we can rejoice. But yes, the ethos and the aspiration at the club from after the first year has always been this: try to be a team which aspires to become champions. You can't guarantee it, but always have that feeling and match it with the hard work that you want to at least win trophies.
If you win tomorrow night, I might say nice words to you.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about it when Paji was talking, that for any club and as a player as well, the more number of times you reach a place like this, the finals, that measures the amount of success that you have achieved or you can achieve as a player and as a club. I think we PFC has done that really well in the last 10 years, reaching 7 trophies. Of course, last 2 seasons have been seasons to forget, and this year things have changed. Obviously, we want to be here a lot of times more in the future, but again, we can't take our place for granted, especially in situations like this. Adi has again and again said that we need to keep our nerves and everything. That's very important because if you lose, no one remembers. If you win, yeah.
Yes, please. Go ahead. At the back. Okay. You first.
Well, I think I've mentioned it quite a lot so far that, of course, I was learning and developing every day. As I said about the other teams, players, my own players. But it was basically keep believing and making sure that we keep working hard in training. That I kept on saying that we were not too far away. I said to my staff, I said to the players, if we can eradicate any mistakes that we're making, and then when we get opportunities, we are that close to clicking. And that was the message all along. Even when we were losing to Hyderabad 3-0 at home, we played well that night and lost 3-0. We played well against ATK at home and lost 1-0. So it was a genuine belief that I thought that we were doing the right things, both on a match day and on an everyday training. And I could see that there was a willingness at the training grounds, as mentioned again, from the players to put it right. I've been in training grounds as a coach, as a manager, as a player, and you can sometimes sense that the players have given up. Someone said it there a bit earlier that it was quite easy for the players to say, right, we are where we are at the end of December, we'll just let the season wind down and let's just finish wherever we finish. And it's been the 3rd year on the trot. It's been an unsuccessful season for BFC. That isn't acceptable for BFC to be unsuccessful for 3 years. And ultimately it wasn't to be, I didn't want that on my CV as well. I wanted to make sure that I was doing everything I could from the day one of coming here, that I wanted to be successful. And that was the message we kept on relaying to each other. This is not the downward spiral of this football club. It's hit rock bottom, now we go back up again. And that's what we've done. Hopefully tomorrow we can finalise it and finish it all off. It should have been a great season. Winning the Durand Cup and the ISL trophy, potentially then playing in the playoff for the Asian Cup as well is another thing. But tomorrow is the sole focus of what we need to do.
If we can keep it short, please. One last question after that.
That question is only for the ones who are not young. So I'm not worried.
Plus, after the game last time, I'd ask you at what age you stop considering yourself young. You said you don't know. So that's that.
Man, I'll tell you one thing. There are many problems that I have right now for the reasons why I'm on the bench. But being the most good-looking one and the fittest one is not one of them. And I'm not even joking. There is none who is more fitter than me and good looks in 22 years now.
Last question, please.
Hi, Sunil. Best of luck for the final. This is Devanjan from Nicho Vishwanta. Tomorrow your team will take on Erika Mohun Bagan. And your father-in-law, Mr. Subrata Bhattacharya, is a legend of Mohun Bagan. So, do you get any wish from Mr. Subrata Bhattacharya? And my second question is, tomorrow, Mr. Sunil Chetri will support which team?
It took 40 minutes for this question to come out. This is the first one. Who is he supporting? I have no idea. I would completely forgive him if he supports Mohun Bagan because he's a legend there. Played 17 years. I can understand. I've played 10 years here and I know the kind of love that I have for PFC. I can only imagine what he has for Mohun Bagan, and if he's supporting Mohun Bagan, I will have a talk with him about that. But if he does good, my wife, even if I play any club in the world, she'll support me, and I've got no doubt about it. I know it's a little bit strange because she's a Mohun Bagan me, but do not be fooled. No matter where I'm playing, she's supporting me.
Okay, one final question as an exception.
My
please.
question is for the coach. Do you feel the final match will be more of a psychological battle than a tactical battle?
No. It's what happens on the pitch, not between your head. Between your ears and in your head. Of course, psychologically it plays a part, of course, without a shadow of doubt. But I think both teams are in a good place. I think that both teams will be very confident. But it'll be basically who earns the right on that pitch, who wants it the most, who's going to run further than the opposition, who's going to come out on top in every 50-50 challenge, who's going to be the one that wants to be the hero. There is going to be potentially one hero tomorrow night, and I just hope he's in the BFC colours, because it'll mean we're lifting the trophy, and we will have to give everything that we have in our locker to be able to achieve that. But look, I'm sure Juan's saying exactly the same thing to his team. It's all about who goes out and performs. Play with your head as well as playing with your heart, and somewhere down the line you might need a little bit of luck as well, because luck does play a part, but you can't be reliant on it. I always say to these players, the last thing that they said, I say to them before they go out, have no regrets. By the time you wake up the following morning after a big game, and you look yourself in the mirror and you say to yourself, I could not have given any more on that football pitch, win, lose or draw. You can have no qualms or quarrels about what you have done the night before. If you wake up and look yourself in the mirror and think, I wish I'd run further, I wish I'd tackled and worked harder, etc., etc., then you've got a problem with yourself. So my message will be relayed exactly the same thing, same message again tomorrow.